All right, are we live?
Oh yeah.
We're coming to you from the Middletown campus for the first time Southwest Ohio Coaches Classic. They're having an inaugural event here. They've moved from Harrison High School. A beautiful facility where they're getting lots of positive comments on how the tournament's been run and the facility itself. Not knocking Harrison. I think this is a great facility, Don. How about you?
Oh, it certainly is, man. I saw pictures of the place a couple days ago. They had it all set up, ready to go, and I think the staff here in Middletown has done an awesome job.
Agreed. This is I'm Kyle Grillo. This is Don Jones. Don's a longtime wrestling mentor down in Cincinnati. He has a camp and runs Prodigy, I believe.
Yep, runs Team Jones Wrestling and along with Prodigy, and we do practices 4 days a week. And the beauty is a lot of the kids we'll see today come up to practices in the summer, get extra practices in or whatever it may be. So excited to watch them wrestle.
Well, that's fantastic. Don's been, you're also doing some wrestling yourself. I see you occasionally on social media. You're out there pushing some of the senior events. Is that right?
Yep, the Masters Nationals are in April. Going back out to Vegas for my second time. Took second place last year, so going to go out and try to win a national championship at the Masters level. So excited about that.
Well, the wrestlers here have a long way to go before they get to seniors. There's a lot of great events or matches tonight. We have a premier match at 144, so we'll be starting today at 150 with some of the boys who placed before. Some of the guys, it's a lot of fun to see the guys who placed last year and see how they do this year, and some of the guys who didn't place at all last year come into their own and get into the finals.
Yeah, it looks like we got Eugene Harney here from Sycamore High School versus Hunter Martin from Beavercreek.
Eugene's a junior from Sycamore. He was at the state tournament last year. He got 5th and 3rd, respectively, his last 2 years at the state tournament. These guys go right after it. They come out swinging. Eugene's in on a cradle, but no control yet. The referee signals no control as they work the edge of the line. Still no control. Hunter fighting away, trying to block him.
Yeah, Eugene's keeping that cradle there to see what he can come up with.
And he breaks away, no control, out of bounds. Hunter's, I think Hunter's a sophomore.
That's awesome, as a sophomore to make the finals. He's doing some good stuff.
Yep, my bad, he's a senior.
Got it.
Still good. I think Hunter's actually committed to Kent State. He's going to be a business major out there. So Hunter comes around, still no control, comes around kind of spaghetti wrestling there. Rolls off his own back and flips Eugene back out of bounds again. These guys are going after it on their feet.
I know, talking to Eugene's dad, he played football and just starting to get back into wrestling shape. So
that's good. Yeah, it's a lot of these guys, this is their first big tournament after wrestling season. And one thing that's great about wrestling is two sports, football and wrestling, work together. Coaches love to see that, both NCAA football and wrestling coaches.
Sure do.
Oh, Eugene down on a nice, what, a shuck, I suppose.
Yep, awesome takedown. And Cal, you know, Luke Fickle, you know, former coach of UC, man, he was a big proponent of his football players who wrestled in high school.
It definitely feeds both sports well. Eugene in control on top. Hunter working and trying to work his legs out there to get an escape. He's got to break control. Eugene needs to work himself up, and there's the period. Hunter chooses down. You know, I talked to Hunter earlier today. He plays the harmonica, believe it or not.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
Strange things I ask these questions. Referee stops that for potentially dangerous. When one wrestler's on the back and the other wrestler raises up, it's gets a little out of control there. So Eugene now is smothering Hunter down on top, applying good pressure. Hunter working up, and Eugene relents.
It's that 1 point, making it 2-1.
Let's see if Hunter can work something on his feet here. You know, the finals, often the semifinals are wide open, no holds bars, but in the finals, these guys they're a little conservative at first, feel each other out. They don't want to make a mistake that's going to cost them.
Yeah, we got a chance to see Eugene at the districts the last couple years, always in the thick of things, and of course being a 2-time state placer.
Eugene with a nice single leg in there, picks it up and finishes strong to the mat. It's 3-1. I like the control Eugene has on the legs there.
Yeah, making that score 4-1.
4-1, my bad. Beavercreek High School up in Dayton, Ohio. They're a fixture here at this tournament. Gary Weiss, their coach.
And of course, Sycamore being down in the Blue Ash area.
Yeah, these guys don't see each other very often. Districts probably, maybe a couple of larger tournaments. Eugene still in control there. And that's carried.
Eugene takes down, going into the third period.
There's a look at that nice single leg. He lifts, elevates, and turns in. He has no choice but to turn away.
It's awesome.
Back to live action. Hunter 6-2 on the season. Eugene is 12-2. And one escape for Eugene. The score is 5-1.
I do know Eugene went up to the Ironman last week. That may be where his 2 losses came from.
A stellar tournament.
Absolutely.
Eugene clamping down on the legs. No takedown yet. There's 2 on the edge. He'll pick it up and walk it out. A lot of action happens on the edge of the mat. Typically 2 takedown.
Looks like Eugene signaled we're going to put him back on his feet, giving the other opponent 1 point here. Making that 7-2.
Hunter needs to get to work here. Illegal hands to the face called against Hunter. Unintentional, obviously, but it is a penalty.
Making that score 7-3.
Correct. The penalty, of course, against Eugene, on Eugene against Hunter is the beneficiary. In on a nice single leg, he has to drop this. That is some heads-up wrestling.
So athletic.
Yeah.
He's so athletic.
Those guys, it's hard to stop a great athlete with good technique. Hunter stunned a little bit. Excuse me, Eugene stunned. Hunter making a break. And Eugene able to keep his composure. A little blood time. I'm having a lot of trouble getting used to this hair rule, Don.
Yeah, you remember back in the day they made him wear a little scarf to cover that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's
Now
kind of have at it.
I am a fan of the transitioning rules in wrestling, making it a little more enjoyable for the wrestler. You don't have to worry so much about your hair. You can be who you want to be.
Yeah, you remember the cap. I mean, there was times where guys had to take their headgear off and fix it, and, you know, and it just seemed like it slowed down the pace of the match. So
in recording, you can see that roll Hunter had with Eugene on top, ending up on top. There's Gary Weiss consulting, giving a little inspiration to his athlete. Blood time, the athletes get 5 minutes to settle it down, and it's cumulative time, so that's plenty of time to get what needs to be done. Eugene takes top, and off they go.
Good breakdown there. Eugene just riding him good on top, and
a lot of good hip pressure there, you're right.
Absolutely.
So Hunter's trying to back it out a little bit. Wisely, Eugene gives him the 1.
Making that score 9-3.
There's that athleticism we're talking about. Just a scramble.
Yeah, making that score 9-4. End of the match here. Eugene Harney, your winner from Sycamore.
All right, next up at 157, there's Jack Willen from LaSalle and
McLean Morency.
Correct.
From Anderson.
Yes. McLean is 7-0. He's a senior this year. He's been wrestling for about 11 years, he said. And Jack is a junior with a 10-2 record. They both have brothers and sisters that wrestle. Jack's sister is a wrestler as well. Last year, Jack got 4th at this tournament. It's good to see he break the finals this year.
Yeah, McLean, known him since he was young. He has 2 little brothers that both wrestle, right?
Okay.
And I know he committed to Grand Valley State. Talking to his dad the other week, really excited about the opportunity. It's up in Michigan, and looking for big things from him in college.
He'll fit in well there. He's a 2-time qualifier. He got 5th as a junior at the state tournament, so Grand Valley would be happy to have him.
Yeah, he's dedicated to wrestling.
Well, it looks like Jack's going to get a forfeit here. I'm not sure what's going on with McLean, but obviously he's either injured and this is not the tournament for him to finish up in. It's so early in the season.
I was looking forward to seeing him wrestle.
So that's news to us as well. Now we got Tyler Hicks from Beavercreek. He's a senior. And the Carson Thomas.
From LaSalle.
Yep, a sophomore. Tyler's a 2-time state qualifier, and Carson, I think, he got 7th last year, but he was a state qualifier. I do know that.
Yeah, I've known Carson from the time he was a young wrestler, right?
Right.
Grew up in the Ross area.
You know, Tyler, I talked to Tyler a little bit earlier. He said the thing he hates the most is exactly what he's doing, is sitting there waiting for the next match to come in. He's not sure where he's going to go, but he did allude that Ohio U, Chattanooga, and Tiffin are some of the schools that are talking to him. He wants to be an economics major.
Yeah, looking at Carson's bio, he said his favorite sport to play is water polo. So I'm sure that keeps him in shape.
We're looking at the 3rd and 4th place match currently, or so just concluding. 9 high neck bridge. Whoa, was that a defensive pin?
Looked like it was.
You don't see that, particularly in the 3rd and 4th match.
But you can't let your back lay flat, so.
You got to respect your back the whole time. And we've got an injury on one of the matches, or on one of the mats, which is going to kind of tick us back for a second.
Yeah, look at Carson's singlet there. You know, I'm a big believer in letting schools have some funky singlets and kind of be creative with that. So.
You know, with the uniforms, I agree, and like we talked about earlier, with the hair rule change, now you can wear shorts and MMA shorts. They've kind of loosened up a lot of the rules to make it easier to get out and enjoy the sport for what it is. It's a great sport, lots of great lessons to learn.
I don't know if you remember, Kyle, but years ago the thought was the 2-piece was going to take off, and you know, especially youth and maybe middle school wrestlers didn't like wearing the singlets. And as I go out to tournaments all the time, very seldom see the two-piece. It's all singlets. So it kind of...
When it broke loose, I do remember they had a go of it. It had a surge, but then you're right, it kind of just went away. You know, a little too baggy. A lot of kids were wearing shirts that weren't fitting them well and getting pinned. You know, your shoulders aren't on the mat, but your shirt's on the mat. The official can't tell the difference.
Yep. And you know what? You start feeling good about your body. It's okay to wear a singlet. I know it's a little tight, but it's kind of nature of the sport. As
we climb up into these upper weights, you're going to see some real athletes. Boy, some people spend some time in the gym. We're live here at the Holiday Classic, the Glenn Sample Holiday Classic in Middletown, Ohio. Let's see if we can take a look at what's going on over there and how that athlete got injured. Oh, up the top there, you can see.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's a tough slam. Clearly not intentional, but the athlete's in charge of returning the athlete you pick up to the mat safely, and sometimes you can't control it. When you lose control, people get injured.
Yep, looks like
But he's up and about. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Tyler Hicks and Carson Thomas.
Looks like Carson's going to be red and Tyler's going to be green here. You know, we just saw Hunter Martin, you know, this is one of his teammates, so you know they train together. They're about 2 weight classes apart, so.
Yeah, that often is the case with, comes in 2s or 3s, clusters. Usually they work together in the room. Carson's in deep, splitting the legs. This kind of scrambles, a little spaghetti wrestling. Usually the wrestler with his head up and the hips highest wins. As Carson tries to pull his, unlace his ankles. At this point, I think Tyler's just trying to hang on and work with a stalemate, which is wise, which I think will be coming anytime here. Looks like he's on his headgear there.
We're going to let this go a little bit until there's no movement at all. There we go.
Stalemate, no action. Return to their feet. Both wrestlers working the 10-foot circle aggressively. Carson likes to work off his knees when he's on his feet, when they're on their feet. Feels like it gets him lower, and he's just as explosive.
Yep. I see more and more wrestlers working in that position.
Carson in on one of the ankles of Tyler. Tyler trying to elevate the legs. He's got laced through Carson's crotch there. Carson really needs to split those legs, and that would get him to 2.
Yep, once he steps over one of those, there's the 2.
There's the 2. The reason being, he's lifted his legs up. He is now controlling the hips. Tyler, strong reversal.
Nice, very nice.
It's 2-2. First period. That was a quick first period.
It was awesome on Tyler getting those quick 2 at the end of the first period.
Yeah, you got to wrestle to the whistle. A lot of times one guy will slow down or stop knowing the clock's going to stop, and the other guy goes full go, and exactly what happened.
Carson taken down. Tyler on top.
Unlike college, there's no riding time here, so the officials are always looking to see action out of the bottom wrestler and the top wrestler.
Tyler trying to get that leg in to do some leg riding. Carson's goal is to keep that leg out.
He's having none of it. Tyler getting those boots in a little bit. Now he's coming back. He was a little high there at the beginning, but he's worked himself back there, working for a forced half.
Tyler with those double boots in, it's hard for Carson to get out of there, right? He's just arching his back and keeping.
So when those legs are in, you are dominating the bottom man, and it's really up to you to score. If you don't score, you're stalling.
Officials looking to make sure the top guy is working there.
I think he's got
like he's got
Carson's arms trapped, and he's just making sure it's not injured. Yep, he stopped it. It was a little. He had that arm across the back of his own back, and that's why they stopped it there. It was raising a little too high up. Carson takes a spot. Tyler ready to get on top. Tyler out to the side, running a spiral half, generally trying to break the athlete down.
Carson out there getting one.
Carson in deep again. This is familiar from the first period, and Tyler just kind of hanging on, trying to work for the stalemate. Period's about to expire. No points. Unsportsmanlike. 1 point red. I didn't see what happened there. I turned away, I guess. Was he kicking him?
It must have been.
They might cue that up again so we can see why they called that. Just a few seconds left in this period. Both athletes on their feet.
Making that score 6-2.
6-2.
Showing the replay here now.
So he's got this leg in deep.
Looks like kicking the back of the head.
He's kicking his head there. It's one thing to push the arm off, but it's another to aggressively stomp on the head. So that's why he called it. Carson locks up a cradle and exposes Tyler to his back.
They're counting back points.
He's in a high bridge. Tyler breaks the hold. Carson picks up 3. Tyler picks up 2 on the reversal and goes to work. You got to believe Tyler, two-time state qualifier, has been in this position before, knows he has a lot of work to do here.
There we go with the stalling call.
Correct. So Tyler has to come off those hips. It's basically unfair to stay on the hips of the bottom man. I mean, it's an unfair advantage. If you don't come off those hips, how's he going to get up? One point for the escape, intentional escape. Both athletes on their feet. Carson again, deep between the legs. And the referee stops that, mostly for potentially dangerous. Looked like a little protective maintenance for the athletes.
And Tyler's goal was, I'm going to kick him, get on my feet, and try to score some points here, because obviously if I can't turn him on top, I'm going to keep getting called potentially for stalling.
Maybe he got shaken up there a little bit. He's got a little injury time rolling now. He's got a minute and a half to kind of collect himself. He just got kind of slammed on his neck awkwardly, it looked like.
As we do these events, man, clearly LaSalle, they've been dominating down in this area for last couple years and doing some awesome stuff.
Yeah, they've got some great coaches there. The tradition there alone is spectacular. Those guys live up to it. So Carson kind of playing a little protective wrestling, it looks like. Tyler adjusting his level now, working on the mat in front of him from his knees.
Good scramble there, good scramble.
Fast wrestling. Out of bounds, out of bounds. That was a good scramble there. Tyler really trying to make up some ground here. He knows he's got a lot of work to do. Carson protecting the lead, but he's also, you know, he's not only defending, he's running some moves, defensive moves as well to get on top.
Yeah, I have a feeling both these guys' necks are going to be a little sore tomorrow. They've been in there banging pretty good.
(10-4) here. LaSalle on top. LaSalle in the red singlet. And that's going to bring it to an end with your champion, Carson Thomas.
Score of 11-4.
Again, he got 7th here last year, 1st here this year. Champion this year, and he's got a couple more to go.
Awesome match, awesome match. Heading to 175. Coming up, we got Caleb Duke from Ryle High School. Got Caleb Heilman from Loveland.
I had a little conversation with the Ryle coach the other day. You know, Ryle down in Kentucky, they spend about 90% of their time wrestling in Ohio. He likes the competition up here, excluding a Union City tournament he does down in deep Kentucky, where the team travels down. They're a quality team, and he says other than that, they like to come to Ohio and get some real good competition.
Yeah, I do know they were state runner-ups in Kentucky last year. Awesome program, awesome program.
Caleb from Ryle, he got 8th here last year, while I think Loveland did too. It looks like maybe they're in different weight classes. They both come from wrestling families.
I've known Caleb since he was a little wrestler as well, coming to youth practices and continue to get better and better. Yeah, I was talking to the Ryle coach. They lost 10 seniors last year. So
it's tough to rebuild a program like that when you lose 10 people. However, they've got a fairly large room, somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 kids, routinely.
And Loveland, always a great program.
A lot of hand fighting going on. Each wrestler trying to create an angle so that they might be able to break the defense of the other opponent. Duke feigning an arm drag there. Maybe that's his move.
Both guys looking for a takedown. At some point, the crowd's going to say action, right? They want some action here.
Heilman plays football as well, another two-sport athlete. He's a linebacker when he's not wrestling. So he's probably just come off a season. He's, you know, maybe not in the top wrestling shape, but that's what these tournaments are for.
Yep. That was our first match with no score first period, so in our second period
with
here.
A nice, somewhat of a Granby roll there. Comes out on top for 2 points for a reversal. It's 2-0. Duke from Ryle in command.
Put those legs in, looking for a power half here on top.
Well, I haven't wrestled for a long time, but I do know you want to keep those hips up when you're running the boots.
Yep, don't want to get to the side.
Heilman to Loveland, trying to work himself out, catching that boot on the way in. While Duke goes to work on the forced half.
He's doing a nice job on top, just trying to turn, looking for a turn.
As an official, I'd like to see a little more action. There we go, Duke loses control. And we're gonna set them back on their feet.
Making that score 2-1.
The coach is taking them to the table, or questioning his call. He's questioning whether there was a reversal. Here we go, we see it on live. Here, I do believe this is a reversal. Right there is 2 points. He's behind him, he's got 2. And then he rolls away.
I do agree with you. I would have thought that would have been a reversal.
I think that could have been 2 and then 1.
Yep.
But we're not out there. The action sometimes looks differently when you're 3 feet away. These are all quality officials at this tournament. You don't get here as a first-year official. End of the period about to come and expire at 2-1. Duke with another takedown at the buzzer, just like we talked about. You got to wrestle to the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to give up those points right at the end of the whistle because you can't get them back.
That'll just kill you. At the end of the match, you know, so much happens on the edge and at the end of the period.
Duke going back to that ride on top. He's got a 2-on-1.
Heilman from Loveland is bellying out, but working his way up. Again, I'd like to see Duke run some more moves. He does run the legs quite a bit, and they're effective, but he's really just holding them down. You see, you got to see him leave the hips. He's not leaving the hips. I have stalling here. Oh, there we go. Stalling on a red. Is that red or green?
That's red.
Red on top, they stop it. Reset them and off they go. With 2-1, Duke's gonna have to get on his horse here. He doesn't want to get another stalling call. That'll be a point tied up. It's 4-1, my mistake. Score just corrected. In college, the riding time is accrued. After a minute, you get a point, but high school, very different. Duke trying to expose Heilman's back with a tilt. You can tell he's riding him very tight. There's no gap between the hips there. Yep. So Heilman's having a tough time getting out. Stalling again, 1 point green. So like we talked about, you gotta leave the hips of the bottom man, or else the bottom man can't run any moves. So it's 2-4 now. And Duke still riding tight on the hips. And that takes care of the second period.
Third period there.
Or third period, that's the match. Calob Duke, your champion at 175 from Ryle. He'll be back next year as he's only a junior.
Moving on to 190 here, we got Gunnar from Centerville and Wyatt Ferguson from Oak Hills. Looks like Wyatt Ferguson's a senior and Gunnar as well.
Gunnar's committed to Appalachian State.
All first winners for 175 pounds.
Plans on wrestling over there. He was a qualifier last year at the state tournament.
Wyatt commit anywhere when you spoke with him?
He is talking to Davison, I believe. He doesn't have a major. I'm not sure if he's actually committed there or not. He wants to play baseball as well as wrestle, so that would take maybe a Division III or II school. A lot of Division I's require you to only play one sport. And it's a grind to do too. Centerville gets caught in a bear hug, and Wyatt collecting back points on the edge, and they're out of bounds. 3 points for a 5-point lead. You can see he almost rolled through that, but Oak Hill's able to maintain control and start accumulating back points. His shoulder's out of bounds. That does not matter. As long as the knees of the offensive wrestler are in the circle, we are counting points.
Good start to the match to Oak Hills, making that 5-0. When did that rule change? A couple years ago?
Yes, so the knee rules change regularly. Out of bounds rules. Currently, as long as 2 points of either wrestler. It could be 1-1 or 2-1 wrestler, a leg of each wrestler. As long as 2 points of the wrestler are in bounds, they can continue to wrestle. Gunnar Pools escapes for 1. Off to the side of the mat, edge of the mat.
Continue to say it every year. I mean, these 190-pounders, look how fit they are. I mean, they're in not much fat on these two guys.
Yeah, wrestling has changed a great deal since my day. Nutrition, how you cut weight, they now highly scrutinize weight loss.
Absolutely.
End of the first period. Oak Hill's on top, 5-1, I believe.
Yep. Centerville going down.
Gunnar Pool working to his feet, breaks the hold, and faces in for an escape.
Making that score 5-2.
And he goes in deep on a low sweeping single to the edge of the mat. Wyatt defending. Gunnar has to be careful here or they're going to end up out of bounds. No control yet. And a stalemate's called to the edge. Both athletes coming back to the center to start over.
Yeah, Gunnar's job now is, he was losing 5-0. Now he's got to chip back away and score some points.
Athletes just kind of feeling themselves out here. Gunnar was in deep on that low sweeping single. He's trying to like a little blast double there. Oak Hill's double underhooks. This is how he got him on the first.
Yes, he did.
The first takedown was a double underhook.
Yep, he's looking to jack him up here and get that trip, taking him to his back.
These 90-pounders are so powerful. And Gunnar, I'm not sure why Gunnar went for that. He must have felt something.
Not sure either.
It's kind of a play of desperation, and he's clearly not desperate at just 7-2.
It's still second period.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling to go. I don't know if that was, I'm sure he regrets that.
Usually would do that when the other wrestler's pushing into you. They clearly didn't see Wyatt pushing into him.
That's the end of the second period. Here you can see a replay of those double underhooks, and that Gunnar going right to his back.
Yeah, too much space there.
You need a lot of pressure to pull that off. Both wrestlers on their feet, 7-2.
I think we got 8-2 here now.
Up.
Yep.
Okay. Score's a little lax. A nice deep single leg, fought off. Wyatt scrambling it off and coming out with a headlock, front headlock with no control. So you can see one athlete out of bounds, the other athlete completely inbounds, two points inbounds, and now they're out.
Gunnar's going to have to make up some points here. And Wyatt's going to keep being aggressive, but he's going to be cautious and he doesn't need any big throws. He's just going to continue to wrestle, staying low.
Aggressively defending, yeah, he's making himself, his presence known out there.
You know, Kyle, I preach basic wrestling, you know, good stance and motion, and I'm amazed how these bigger guys continue to stay in a good stance, staying nice and low, good movement.
Good conditioning, that's conditioning, really. You get tired, you start standing up. Gunnar needs to get to work here. 8-2, we're in the closing moments of the match.
Looks like we got about 25 seconds left in the match.
On the edge there. A lot of action happens on the edge. The wrestlers like to stay out on the edge. Gives them an opportunity to move out of bounds if they get in a compromised position.
Got about 5 seconds left in the match.
And your 190-pound champion is Wyatt Ferguson from Oak Hills. A senior.
Awesome. You've been to Oak Hills before? No easy way to get there.
I have been to Oak Hills.
No easy way to get there.
It's a beautiful campus, though. I'll tell you, when you're there, you know you're there. It's large and in charge.
Awesome, yeah. Moving up to 215, we got my good buddy Wyatt Walker from Edgewood and Tanner Smith from Lebanon.
Walker got 3rd last year. And at state tournament, he got 7th. He got 3rd at this tournament, 7th at the state tournament. He also plays football, another linebacker. Smith last year got 8th and plays football as well. So these guys, condition-wise, will probably be about the same.
Yep.
All place winners from 190 pounds for the Paul Walker Gym for your awards. And all place winners from 190 pounds for the Paul Walker Gym for your awards.
Nice takedown there for Tanner, 2-0.
Walker working a Gazzoni out from underneath. Escapes for 1.
Making that score 2-1.
Walker in on a stretched double. Coming back to their feet. And again, another deep shot.
Fireman's carry there. He's going to hold him there and get back points.
That was a nice fireman's. He's collected 2 so far. Referee holding 2, and he's going to see if he can count out some more. There he goes.
There's the pin. Good wrestling for Wyatt. And I say he's my good buddy. He's come up to open mats and live wrestling all spring and summer. And
oh, wait a minute. You taking credit for that now?
Maybe so. No, he's a good guy. Good guy.
Edgewood's got a great program.
Sure do. And they had an awesome football team. I know at one point he said they were 10-0, and he was like, can't wait for the football season to be over so I can get wrestling in, but they had an awesome football season.
There's the coaching staff of Edgewood.
Yeah, they're awesome. Those guys are awesome out there.
We're flipping over to Moeller. I don't have any stats on who that is. That's Moeller and Beavercreek wrestling for 4th and 5th, I believe. It appears Moeller's on top, but there's no score.
Looks like the Atkins wrestler from Moeller. Looks like that's the 3rd and 4th place match.
Okay. So Moeller starting on top, still in control. Another Beavercreek athlete.
Yep, looks like it's Crawford from Beavercreek and Atkins from Moeller.
Atkins working the edge of the mat, trying to stay in, burn a little clock, and out of bounds they go to the center. No change, referee's position, Beavercreek down. Moeller riding a tight hip ride there. He needs to control. Beavercreek standing up to his feet in a little tripod.
Nice job on Will getting him back to the mat.
Still in control. So just clock burning here. So Beavercreek either needs to belly out. He's definitely not going to get out of that. Stalemate called by the officials to move him back to the center to continue some action. Looks like the Beavercreek guy left one of his shoes at home. He brought a green and a black one. Maybe he switched with his buddy.
Yeah.
Expression, free expression.
Moeller head coach Jermaine Lindsay, he's always wearing 2 different shoes.
I think he can't find this other one.
Probably.
Jermaine's an All-American from Ohio University.
You know what the deal is? You start winning with 2 different color shoes. You got to stick with it, right?
Yeah, I suppose you don't wash the socks and.
Please wash the knee pads.
Nobody wants to hang out with you.
Oh my goodness. Wash the knee pads.
Beavercreek on top, trying to throw the legs in. He gets one in successfully. He's a little high.
A little high.
He's a little high. He needs to back his hips up, or else Moeller's going to be able to wheel himself out through the back. He's got both arms underhooked, so he should be okay here.
Yeah, Will needs to get his hips up and shake him. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, Will's going to work to come out the back door here. And Beavercreek is going to hope for a stalemate as he gets.
Yep, calling a stalemate there.
A little quick, what do you think?
I thought a little bit too. There was movement there. You know?
Yeah, I think there was improvement being made, and I probably would have let that happen. Or let that continue.
All right, we'll see you.
Beavercreek throws a leg in again, runs crossbody like a little split ride. And as we talked about earlier, you got to keep your hips up when your legs are in. And Moeller's able to stop the momentum of Beavercreek with his hips down. So a little turn in here, and he might be able to get 2. He's able to work himself back up on top. This is probably going to get stopped for potentially dangerous. No, they come back to the mat, continue to wrestle.
Oh, you don't let him have that arm.
And that's going to be some trouble for Beavercreek.
Reversal there from Moeller.
Yeah, his hips, his leg came out, slid off. He didn't keep his hips tight, and he literally fell to the mat. Moeller up by 2. The period about over.
But impressive. How often do you see a 215-pounder putting legs in?
Yeah,
not often.
That we talk about the athleticism and the agility of these guys. Not to mention their 18-year-old. Moeller takes Third, it looks like third place. That's a third place match.
Yep, that's third place match. Will Atkins from Moeller. It looks like we're getting ready to head to the
big boys.
Yep, 285 heavyweight. They call it 285 now. It was heavyweight in my day.
They don't want to.
Unlimited in my day.
I remember Tad Thacker, national champ. I don't even rest his soul. He was a national champion. He was a monster national champion, and I don't mean a lot of time in the gym.
Yeah, who we got here in the finals? I'll let you pronounce
Stuerenberg
those names.
from Moeller. Stuerenberg from Moeller, and is that Ngoh?
Ngoh from Miamisburg.
Abel.
Yep, Abel.
Abel's a junior, plays football for Miamisburg. He's a center out there. And Stuerenberg, Moeller, you know, he is from Texas. He holds the Texas weightlifting record for a deadlift. And Texas is a big state. So I didn't get, Jermaine told me that earlier today. I didn't get the stat or how much, but he still has that weight.
Yeah, he looks like a power lifter.
He's 7-2 this year. Abel's 11-2 with a 36-17 career record. Last year, Stuerenberg was actually every year. He's a freshman, sophomore. He took a trip up to Columbus. He got 8th place and first, I believe, as a 8th grader. Junior high state up in Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah, these are some big guys, right? Athletic and
yeah, it's a different athlete that's heavyweight these days. I'm sorry, 285.
Yeah, Abel's come up to our live wrestling on Tuesdays at Prodigy a couple times, and he'll raise his hand. He doesn't have a partner, and I look over there and not sure if I want to go with him.
Wrestling for 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, we got Carpenter from Colerain and Bradford from Northwest. So we're going to cover that match a little bit as well.
I saw Bradford wrestle in the quarters. Boy, that guy can put the hurt on you. He was quick and agile. You don't see a lot of heavies taking shots, but he sure did.
Yeah, you typically find the heavyweights being football players as well in the fall.
Stuerenberg being very cautious for Moeller over there on the right-hand side of the screen. Abel continuing to work forward. Shuck down for Abel and out of bounds.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll find not a whole lot of leg attacks with heavyweights. They're more working upper body, but once in a while they'll take a shot. But
he's got a different Northwestern. He's got a different body style too. He's a taller, stronger. I'll call him leaner.
Yep.
Heavy, which gives him the ability to most likely be a little quicker. Lucas powering forward end of the first period and the championship round. Second period starting for 3rd and 4th. With an escape. Northwestern. Coach is questioning for the 3rd and 4th over there. I'm not sure what they're questioning, but a little pause in the action. On the championship match.
Yeah. Abel gets out, gets 1 point there. He was down Escapes, gets 1 point. Able winning 1-0. Back on their feet.
Sometimes when you go to these tournaments, the heavyweights can be slow with action, but I think these guys actually kind of pushing the pace a little bit, at least early on here.
Yep.
Lucas and Abel out of bounds, and a little lateral drop. Is there control? No control yet. No control.
No control, but good movement. Good movement there.
So the official did signal 2 and an escape. So it's 2-2 now, over on 3rd and 4th. That was a quick 2.
Yeah, it was. First place match, Abel winning 1-0. On their feet.
2 points over on 3rd and 4th. On top, he's kind of just working a body push.
Yep. He may be a couple pounds heavier there.
Yeah, I would agree, and you know, that's, you got to use what you got.
Absolutely.
Yep. And that's a lot of these heavyweights like to sit on top and make the bottom man expound a lot of energy. Northwestern gets an escape, and they're on their feet. Score is 3-4, and that's the end of the 2nd period. It's Red's choice, Colerain. He defers, I believe, yeah, it is Red. Colerain's choice, he's taking down. 3-4, he's down by 1, so his intent here is to get an escape and take care of business on his feet, I'd imagine.
I believe Colerain's winning by 1, isn't he? 4-3.
Championship match. On the edge, we talk about finishing all the time on the edge. And here we had a delayed call. The officials conferred, and Miamisburg ended up with a 2. Regrettably, I didn't see the call. So, Coach Ryan, correct?
Yeah, we're back here on
3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th place match. Looks like Colerain got a reversal there, making that score 6-3. So Colerain up 6-3 here. 3rd period.
2nd period concludes 6-3. It should be 4-0 with Moeller behind at the end of the 2nd period.
For that 3rd and 4th place match, looks like scores 6-4. Northwest got an escape. Back on their feet for 3rd period, about 50 seconds left.
Lucas needs to get on his horse here and get some action going. He's down by 4, and we're getting deep into the 3rd period. 3rd and 4th is a burner over there, 6-4.
Yep, Northwest with 30 seconds left needs to get a takedown to tie it up.
Lucas working aggressively, gets the call for stalling. No points awarded, as that's just a warning. And Abel is successful in getting 2. Let's Lucas go for 1. The score now 6-1.
Third and 4th there. Colerain had him on his back, got a takedown and some back points there. Got about 7 seconds left in the match.
And it looks like Miamisburg is going to be the champion.
Colerain wins that match for 3rd and 4th. Colerain the winner there.
Another stall call for Lucas. That will give him 1 point. Abel Ngoh from Miamisburg, a junior with an 11-2 record coming in, is now the champion.
Good job for Abel. Hard worker.
Of the tournament this year.
Hard worker.
So we're going to skip down to the lighter weights now. We're going to see quite a difference in styles, I would imagine, from the heavyweights.
Probably see some more leg attacks. A lot more leg attacks coming up here.
Adam Graham from Sycamore with a record coming in at 4-0 in the finals. Last year, he got 7th last year. Mohanna from LaSalle is 10-0 coming in, and he was in junior high last year. He's a freshman, so that's good to see.
Yep. Again, known both guys since they were little. Both hard workers, both doing stuff in the off season. It's paying off for them.
Mohanna got 8th at the junior high state championships last year, fighting off that single leg attack.
Both guys coming from great families, right? Dedicated.
Big family of wrestlers for sure, David and Simon. There's 2.
And counting back.
Adam just looks a little too powerful.
He is strong. He is strong. There's the pin.
He wrapped him up tight with that double leg, or that grapevine, and that was done.
They're going to show the replay on that, right? And once you get that in around the neck, man, that is nice and tight.
He steps over through the crotch, splits the legs, and then spreads his legs out, basically
yep.
Elevating the shoulders.
The goal would have been for Mohanna would have been the lock hands and pull him through, but I think his one arm was trapped.
But only a freshman, he's got a long way to go.
Yeah, they'll meet again. They'll meet again, believe me or not. Believe it or not, they'll meet either in sectionals or districts.
We're going to jump on over to 3rd and 4th.
It's like Brody Palm from Harrison, Matthew Wright from Miamisburg.
These guys see each other a couple times a year.
Yep.
Three to 2.
Miami's job here is to get out from the bottom. Get out from the bottom, get on your feet, and get 1 point there.
Harrison doing a nice job wrapping up the arms, and a butcher slowly exposing the back. He's got plenty of time, so just take his time here. And
yep,
pop
nice.
out. Yeah, he needs to get on his toes there. He put a little extra weight on. There he goes.
Yep, officials holding 3.
So with 3 points earned, all he has to do here is work for the fall. It's exhausting to fight off your back.
Yes, it is.
Don, I imagine you'd know that, right?
Yep, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. A lot of it in 9th grade. The fortunate thing,
yeah, it's tiring.
Not much my sophomore, junior, senior year, but clearly.
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
Clearly it's hard.
Period about to come to an end. We've got about 6-7 seconds left in the period. So that 3 more gives them 7-2, 5-point lead.
Matt doing a good job of staying off his back. Because once you get pinned, the match is over. But the beauty is you fight off your back, you can come back and win the match, even though he gave up 3 back points here.
So Miamisburg's choice, or was put down, I'm sorry. Harrison's choice, Miamisburg put down, he lets him up. So he can work off his feet, 7-2 now. 7-4. Miamisburg's got a little momentum here. Lets Harrison up.
If he can keep those takedowns going, he can do the takedown, let him up game. And
Harrison, you know, he seems to be defending. He cannot sit there for the entire period, that's for sure. That's going to get another 2.
Another takedown. Good job, Matt.
Going to let him up immediately. Taking the score 9-6, I believe. He needs 2 more takedowns tied up, and we've got ourselves a match. You can see Harrison kind of just defending. I believe he got arrested for the whole 6 minutes, particularly in these higher-end matches.
Yep, we got about a minute left in this match.
But just he needs 2 takedowns.
Plenty of time to get 2 more takedowns.
Definitely. Or take down on some back.
Absolutely.
You can, I mean, you just can't shut down.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Wright's gonna get a couple more takedowns here if he can and cut him. Looks like that was his game plan and get back in the thick of things here. But only down by 2. Only down by 2 here.
I just think that's stalling. Oh, if he can hold him, they're still in. Out of bounds.
Got about 45 seconds left.
Miamisburg doing all the work here, trying to put in the time to get themselves back in a position to win the match. Harrison trying to lock between the crotch, and there's 2 more. He's going to let him up with 30 seconds to go and make it a 1 or a 2-point game. Now Harrison comes out of his shell. Looks like they conked heads a little bit.
Yep. 24 seconds left.
He's going to take a little injury time there, which is, I don't want to say required, but you can't stop wrestling like that.
Yep, and the goal will be if Wright can get that takedown, he'll have to keep him down to win by a point.
Unless he feels he's got the gas in him to let him down and take him, or let him up and take him down again.
Yep.
But again, just 24 seconds left. I think the right move is to move into overtime. They're showing a score of 8-8, but I don't think that takedown was actually established.
Yeah, I think it's 9-8. I think it's 9-8 now. Harrison winning by a point.
Yep, they correct the score now, 9-8. Harrison's up.
See if he can get a takedown here. Harrison's going to have to do a good job defending.
He's working that edge really well. And I would imagine he's just going to put his knees down and hang on.
Got about 5 seconds left. Harrison held on to win that match 9-8.
I think Miamisburg was definitely the more aggressive wrestler there, but didn't come out on top. Harrison did a lot of work at the beginning and just shut her down, I think.
You know, it came up to be the back points. You know, the back points made the difference there. But knowing Miamisburg and Matt, he'll keep training hard. And
now this ought to be a good match coming up, the 113 weight class. Logan Dean from Bethel Tate. He got 8th place in the state last year, and he's wrestling a 3rd place state winner, Connor Lambers from Elder. Connor's just a sophomore and Logan a junior.
Yeah, this would be a good one.
All place winners from 106 pounds to the Paul Walker Gym for your awards. Again, all place winners from 106 pounds to the Paul Walker Gym for your awards.
Stalemate stops the action. The wrestlers immediately go to their feet.
And different divisions at the state tournament, right? Elder being Division I and
yes.
Bethel being small school.
Neither wrestler too interested in getting out of position.
Interesting thing too is Connor won this tournament last year, right? And Logan took third. So
they've definitely put their time in. See who can be the champion this year. Elder in deep with a single leg and a whizzer fighting off. Oh, and he hooks up the.
Looked like a counter cradle.
He doesn't have that locked up though, but he's collecting some back.
Yep, he
definitely has 2 for the takedown. Releases the hips and comes around. More normal looking posture.
He's holding onto that arm. Looking for that bar.
Logan hooks up that bar, yep. Works off the hips a little bit. Lighter weights are a little more active on the top bottom sometimes.
Yep, his goal is to get to the side and take some big steps to get him on his back.
Well, locking up the claw, and that's the end of the first
Good
period.
wrestling, good
2-0.
wrestling.
Connor's choice, he's going to take down. See if he can escape and go to work on his feet or get a quick reversal and try and collect some back points of his own. Oh, a nice switch.
You called it there, reversal, making it 2-2.
He exploded off that whistle. He lets Logan up, now it's 3-2. Logan comes up with a front headlock. Gets that arm out of sorts there against the joint. Referee rightly stops it for potential dangers.
Showing a replay here on that reversal. Picture perfect.
Switch
Getting
right to the
those
crotch.
two.
He pulls it through, and that was beautiful.
Back in on that front headlock here.
Logan hustling back to the center. Logan definitely initiating a lot of contact. Connor takes a little feigned shot there. Back to the front headlock.
Finish!
Logan working deep into the legs.
Awesome transition from move to move there. Awesome.
Referee signals 2. I don't know if I would have given him 2 there. I think that might have burned a little longer, and the referee seen it differently. I think it's different. Logan in control, and a reversal for Connor at the last seconds of the first period. Both athletes roll out of bounds. And the elder coach is going to question the 2 points on the takedown. Mark Schutte, a veteran official, hearing the complaints from Elder, will explain his case. And
And the elder coach doing the correct thing, right? Raising his hand.
Yep.
Coming to a neutral area. And
this is not always a confrontation like people think. This is sometimes the coach just needs a little clarity. It's definitely, the coaches respect the officials as the officials respect the coaches.
Absolutely.
It's just got to be that way.
Yep, well done,
So,
well done.
He's checking with his assistant, explaining Elder's position, and it's always good to have a second set of eyes, specifically in a finals match. They are debating this, so they may overturn this. If they overturn this, there'll be some bad time involved.
Yep, wrestlers just relaxing here, waiting for the official call.
So let's take a look at this if we can on the replay. They'll dial it up in the booth here. We can see, you can see the initial shot in deep. Front headlock there. And the action's coming right at us here. So I just don't see the control there. He's got a deep leg. He's on his hip for sure, but he was holding the leg. What was the conclusion there?
They're going to show it again here. Right, he's in.
Right here, he's on his hip, that's true, but he does have control of that leg, and you can see the wrestlers will spin out. He's not controlling that hip, as his position is right there, you can see.
I would have to agree with you.
I don't believe that's two. I don't know what they concluded. What's the score?
They're showing it 6-4.
So they did give him the 2. Gunnar gets another takedown. And Logan with the escape, both wrestlers on their feet.
Yep, making that 7-6. Yep, Lambers likes that tricep, trying to do a dump there, and
oh, a little slip.
Bethel goes into that front headlock.
That allows Elder to get in deep on that single leg. Same situation, and
nice, good drive across.
Belly's out to get 2.
Nice work, Elder.
Again, all that action happens on the edge of the mat. You just can't stop wrestling.
Good wrestling, about a minute, about 55 seconds left in the match. Bethel down. Bethel's job is to get an escape or get a reversal. So he's behind by 1. Elder's job may be just to ride him out, win the match by 1.
And he's close to the hips, he's got good control. Takes him to the edge and moves him out of bounds. 35 seconds.
35 seconds, yep.
Now Connor needs to work up. He cannot sit and hold there. That's stalling. He needs to work up the body. It appears as though he is kind of hanging out at the thigh. Now he's working up. He's got a few seconds to take him down. He drops him down on the broomstick.
Good job, 15 seconds left.
Logan working around, trying to get around. He's on top of the hips. But Connor is not going to let go of that leg, and the match is going to come to a conclusion.
Nice tight match there. Lambers from Elder winning by a point, 8-7.
Just like we thought it would be. Climbing up to 120.
Got Noah Moreland from Butler and Aiden Allen from LaSalle.
Noah's 11-0 coming in as a senior. Got 8th place at the state tournament last year and 4th here last year.
Looks like Aiden is 8-3. Didn't make it to the state tournament last year. Remember his older brother, Antoine, right? Antoine was an awesome wrestler. Nice
Butler.
dump try there.
Butler working deep in on those hips. Aiden having none of it, though. Out of bounds, back to the center.
There's two, covered the leg there.
Controls the hips, yep. Aiden quickly comes to his feet. Looks back up for an escape. 2-1. First period of the 120 weight class. LaSalle and Butler.
Nice takedown, double leg, drive to the side.
Aiden going to work now. It's 3-2. Going to work on top, controlling the lower legs. Noah up and out for one. And a nice duck under, at least attempt. Couldn't finish it to the mat, but a very nice duck under. You can see on the replay, he comes under that left arm.
Bam.
Lifts his head out through the armpit, turns in. Two.
Nice, nice, nice. So athletic, oh my goodness. There's that dump.
Logan with a nice dump again. This one effective. And that's the end of the first period.
Awesome wrestling. LaSalle's going to take down. Score 5-3.
Locking hands is the signal. Now the bottom man still has an opportunity to get out here.
If he gets out, it's a bonus.
This needs to be stopped. Locking hands is a point penalty.
1 point red for locking hands.
And that's going to bring the match a little tighter, making it 4-5.
And the way that hands works, they can't lock until they stand up, correct?
That's correct. When he leaves the mat, he can lock his hands. Now the action was away from us, we didn't see it. But once he's on his feet, he can lock his hands, which immediately must let go if the bottom man's hands come to the mat again. Mark Sheedy putting him in position.
Allen's going to keep working hard till he gets out. Good transitions here.
4-5, and Noah's able to get that boot in.
That's going to slow him down a little bit.
Definitely, that will control some of the hips there. Now, you just can't sit there like that. You need to run some moves. And it is on Logan, or excuse me, on Noah to run the moves, because with the leg in, which is not now, but with the leg in, he's got to dominate him.
Got a little bundle there, trying to pull that arm across.
He's doing a good job controlling those arms. Potentially dangerous is the call. Looked like his knee was getting bent out of sorts.
LaSalle stays down.
Noah's going to Ohio State. He wants to be a doctor, majoring in pre-med.
Got to be smart to be a doctor, right? Got to have good grades, get into med school, all that good stuff.
You got to put in the work.
Absolutely. Good return there. Solid return.
Rolling into the last few seconds of the second period. Ngoh from Butler doing a good job controlling LaSalle's upper body while he's on bottom.
Butler going down, LaSalle on top.
Butler up by 1. LaSalle's going to let him up and try and do the work on his feet. The score is 6-4. Butler.
Allen needs to get a takedown here.
I do like, I mean, the Butler's definitely in a defensive posture, but he's still working for some moves and still taking some shots.
Yep. Out of bounds there.
That was close. That was close, but his last knee did roll off the edge.
Yeah, he keeps shooting, right?
Yeah, there's no reason to stop wrestling.
Oh. Right on the edge there. Had a nice dump step over.
I'll tell you, I'm giving 2 there, and I'm counting back points. His entire upper body was still in bounds. Again, sometimes things look different. They might cue that up on the replay.
Yeah.
Butler in on a low single. This most likely will roll out of bounds. And that's...
Gave him 2 there.
Here's our replay. That's a good takedown there. Let's see how this ends up here. He hit the
Dumps
dump.
him there.
Now, LaSalle is completely inbounds. Yeah, I don't know. That actually, I'm going to go back and say that might be a good call. That is a good call. Mark did a good job there. Sometimes we can't see. These guys are right on top. Eight to 4. Butler on top.
Got about 25 seconds left.
Seconds left, 8 to 5. I don't think LaSalle's going to be able to pull this one out, but it was an excellent wrestling match. And at 120, Ngoh Moreland from Butler High School, a senior, is your champion.
Good wrestling there. We are moving on to 126. TJ Meyer from Walton Verona, Jared Johnston from Moeller.
TJ's 11-0 with an 88-7 lifetime record. Impressive. He been to the state tournament a couple of times. He got 5th in the 106, and back last year I think he got 2nd. He's going to Thomas More University. You know, I asked TJ, tell me something funny about yourself. He said, my name is TJ. Stands for TJ.
Yeah. He doesn't have time to be funny. He's a wrestler, right? He's training all the time.
He was pretty serious the whole time. He does a lot of community work as well. He cleans up, he does some volunteering for his church. Johnson from Moeller, a junior. He got 5th last year at the state tournament. I'm sorry, at this tournament. He got 4th at the state tournament.
course, I've known Jared since he was a little kid. Always a hard worker, good family. Straight A student, I do know that, straight A student. Take down there for TJ.
Loses control and Johnson's up, it's 2-1.
Of course, we got Ohio against Kentucky here, right?
Yep.
Walton Verona being in Kentucky, Moeller being in Ohio.
Another team that spends about 80% of its schedule in Ohio.
Yep, sure do.
TJ still on the aggressive with 2. No, he does not get it yet. There's no control. Good hold there by the official.
Got Walter Starks in there officiating.
He's
good
a
guy.
Veteran official, been around a long time.
Absolutely.
Multiple state tournaments under his belt.
Caution green. Looks like got a step on the line.
You know, a lot of people think those cautions are silly to call, and you know, you get to the state tournament. You don't call them now, you're not gonna do it in the state tournament. And you just, the officials doing the right thing by being a little ticky-tacky. Because at the state tournament later in the season, everything's ticky-tacky.
Absolutely.
TJ in a down position. TJ working hard to get out, get those hips up. And he works to get the 1. 3-1.
Making that 3-1. Gave him 2 there, nice.
Dominating a double leg. I talked to Jermaine, some of his athletes from Moeller. He wrestles every match, Jermaine does.
Yeah.
He and TJ spent a lot of time together.
Jermaine wrestling puts him in tune with what the wrestlers are going through every day at practice. He's in there with them.
TJ's pulling ahead. Needs to come up off those hips, work his way up a little bit.
Making that score 7-2. Just looks like he's a little bit stronger there. Once he gets in that position, he sucks in those legs and gets that takedown.
It could be the year of experience. And that's the period.
But you know what? He's 2-time state placer in Kentucky. Took 2nd last year in the state. The real deal, right?
He definitely looks like he's ready to go. These guys are all in shape. Johnson from Moeller, working to his base. Just can't seem to get anything going here. TJ still in control. He needs to come up off those hips. He's going to call for stalling. Yep.
Moeller still down. Walton Verona on top. Jarrett needs to get back up on his feet and make some stuff happen here.
A minute 20 left in the third period. 7-3.
There's that one. Now we got to go to work.
7-4.
Jarrett needs to go to work. He's going to have to get some points back.
TJ not
there we go.
2 points for Moeller with some back points.
That'll give him some points there.
3 points back. That's a 5-point play and a 1-point escape for TJ. Score comes in very tight with 45 seconds left. It's 8-9.
9-8. Now
9-8.
Jarrett's now ahead. Just what we were talking about. He needed to get to his feet and get some, score some points. That's exactly what he did.
30 seconds left. TJ needs to work some of that first period magic he had. Stalemate. Both athletes come back to their feet.
Got 13 seconds here.
I look for TJ to come out swinging.
TJ needs to get in deep on some legs and score again. That was his bread and butter.
Moeller on the clear defensive. And that's the match. A very good match.
Unbelievable, right? You talk
Yes.
about keep wrestling to the end of a match. He got a 5-point move, what, with 30 seconds left in the match.
To bring him right up to the top. Not only that, the way the match ended was just aggressive wrestling from both guys.
Yep.
Here you can see him, the last second scramble on the replay. Oh, this is actually the 5-point move.
Cradle.
So he gets 2 here. He checks him. Official shows 2. He's on his elbows or within 4 inches his shoulders, and they collects 3 points up.
That was awesome. Awesome stuff there. Well, we're at 132. We got Giovanni Greco from Hamilton, Ross, Wyatt Hinton from Norwood.
We're over on the third and fourth match. It's 9-8. Moeller again wrestling Walt Verona. Wait a minute. That was our finals match. Here we go. That's Ross and Norwood. 0-0. And they're in sudden victory. So this is the overtime.
No, I think we're at Bryce Sears.
Elder and Colerain, you're correct.
Yeah, Colerain and Elder,
Yeah,
yeah.
at 3, that's correct. They're in sudden victory. Scores 3-3 with 3 seconds left.
Yep, sudden victory here.
Sudden victory is 2 30-second periods, wrestled to completion. So we'll have 2 complete 30-second periods. The
Yeah, it's
wrestlers will
Sears
start
and
top
Thaman.
bottom.
Sears from Colerain, Thaman from Elder.
Each wrestler will have a choice here whether they want to start on top or start on bottom. Again, this will be a complete 30-second period.
Goal here is for Elder to get out and score 1 point. Sears to on top from Colerain to keep him down 30.
You know, 30 seconds is not a long time, but it's, you can kind of hold on a little bit, work a few moves, hold on a little bit, and then hope you get out.
Nice return
Good
there.
return for the mat. That's the end of the first 30-second time.
Sears goes down, right? His goal is to escape. If he escapes, he wins the match.
That is correct. However, the match will not conclude until the entire 30 seconds. So if he escapes early,
He's got to defend.
he's going to have to defend.
these guys around the game since they were youth wrestlers.
Colerain escapes with 20 seconds left. Colerain currently in command.
Colerain staying in the pocket there, just wrestling.
Just 8 seconds left. Colerain ties him up, and that's gonna conclude the match. Exciting match for third and fourth. Colerain.
Some local guys here, Colerain and Elder.
That's always good to see.
Good job for Sears, hard worker. Both guys hard workers. Yeah, now we're back at it, right? Giovanni Greco from Ross and Wyatt Hinton from Norwood.
Hinton's 15-0 this year coming into the tournament with a lifetime record of 69-11. Giovanni 11-1 coming in. Has 90 wins as a junior. Definitely joining the 100 club this year.
Yeah, Greco making it to the state tournament last year, didn't place, but great opportunity to get there last year. And I do like his last name, Greco.
It fits in, doesn't it?
All prisoners from 126 pounds to the Paul Walker Gym for your awards.
Greco with that high single there, trying to finish.
Oof. Yeah, that's potentially dangerous. That elbow's going the wrong direction.
Knee was kind of twisting a little bit as well.
Back to the circle, and they're off. Hitting another wrestler likes to work on his knees. Getting a little throw by there, unsuccessful.
Greco's got that man bun going on. You see that on top there? Yeah.
A little style point there.
Yep.
I said it earlier, wrestling has changed a great deal since I wrestled or you were younger. The nutrition is so much better, the weight cutting is so much better, the training itself is so much better, and the coaching is better. A lot of kids wrestle year-round now. Hinton comes around working for two, but time expires, no points.
Yeah, there's an incredible amount of opportunity. You could go wrestle a tournament every weekend on the off season if you wanted to, within a 5-hour radius.
As much as I like that, I'm not sure. I like a two-sport. I like the rounded athletes. I enjoyed two sports in high school myself. However, you go to the Columbus State Tournament, most of those kids are full-timers.
Yeah, and you got to understand your body. If your body starts getting tired on the off season, you got to give it a break.
That goes to the nutrition we talked about. They are taking care of themselves here. A little caution, false start there. Caution on Hinton.
Hinton's goal is to get the first point of the match.
Oh, a nice Granby roll. He gets out, but no escape.
Greco right back in there.
Greco dives deep to the leg. Let's see if Hinton can back out just far enough to get one, and he does.
There we go, making that 1-0 for Hinton.
We got a little deterioration of the man bun.
Yeah, coming down a little bit.
One to nothing here. Wyatt Hinton on top from Norwood.
Yeah, two awesome programs. Norwood always been a strong tradition. Ross as well. Strong
out of bounds.
Program.
Hinton was close to getting a double 2 points there, but couldn't cover the hips before they went out of bounds.
Both guys trying to set up their shot.
Good wrestling right in the center of the mat as they back out. Hinton continually moving forward, able to get the stall call.
Stall call on Greco.
Hinton's tried a few throw-bys out of that front headlock. Now working his hips back, trying to just back away as Greco locks up.
Good sprawl there.
Hinton comes around for 2.
Seemed a little quick.
I
Is it 2
agree.
yet? I didn't think he covered the leg.
He's on it now, though.
Now there's 2.
Big sigh of relief from the official.
Yep.
And that's the end of the period.
I'm sure Greco's going to take bottom to escape and try to get a takedown to tie it up.
You can see Hinton as if they cue up that replay, Hinton tied up the arm. Third and fourth match is a little burner over there. They got a, looks like a defensive pin.
I think he's got a head and arm over there. Okay, back at it. Hitting on top here. Looks like he got a leg in. Trying to pull that leg back to.
Little split there. So what I like about that is he tried that split and didn't work. He moved on.
Yep.
He's moving on. That's how you should be working those legs. He's back to it though, which is okay.
And Greco on the bottom's got to find a way to get out of there, right?
Correct.
Get one here and
It
get
is-
a takedown
it
to
is
tie
so
it up
tough.
at least.
It is so tough when the legs are in
Yep.
to build up. The onus is generally on the top man.
And we've seen a lot of leg riding today. I've seen in a while, which is awesome. Fresh start here. Greco's still down.
Hitting a quick move off the top. Controlling the arms well. Needs to get away from the, get off those hips or he might get called for
They
stalling.
may look to call him.
40 seconds left in the second period, I believe. Third period.
Back in on those legs, trying to look for that split again. Tough rider on top, that's for sure. Got the 2 brothers over there, coaches for Norwood, Alsop brothers, both awesome wrestlers.
Yeah, on their day for sure. Ross coming out, and that's the end of the period. There'll be no points awarded. Wyatt Hinton, a 132-pound champion for Norwood. Proves his record to, I believe, 19-0.
Moving on to 138. Got Holden Hun, right, from LaSalle.
Yep.
McCall Cottrell from Princeton.
Cottrell, a 15-0 junior.
Holden's a sophomore, and he was a state runner-up last year. Believe it or not, he moved up a bunch of weight classes. I think he was a 113-pounder here last year.
Wow, that's
winning it. So
that is a big jump.
Yep.
But I got to tell you, he looks healthy.
He does.
He looks fit.
Yep.
Got that. He needs a shirt a little bigger, man. I think he's bulging out of that thing.
I think the thought is, hey, you just let your body grow.
You know,
your body's got to
again, with
grow.
the nutrition and the weight protection that they do now, you can't just cut a ton of weight. They monitor your body weight and percent of body weight, allowing you to only go down so far.
All place winners from 132 pounds for the Paul Walker Gym for your awards. All place winners from 132 pounds for the Paul Walker Gym for your awards.
We've seen a lot of LaSalle wrestlers here in the finals, haven't we?
We have. They have a great. We're up by 40-some points, I believe.
Award presentation for team champions.
I believe Cottrell won the GMC this year. Or last year. I'm sorry, I haven't had it this year. Last year was GMC champion.
Awards will be in the other year.
In on that single, trying to finish.
That low single.
Got a stalemate there.
Back to the center. Wow, LaSalle's just coming out swinging here.
I have a feeling this is going to be a barn burner of a match.
This is shaping up here.
After the first minute.
Guys working on the edge of the mat, which is fine. There's a lot of action happening. You just feel safer over there. However, the official is verbally warning them to stay in the center. A little bit of blood time here for Princeton.
Again, I think LaSalle's going to roll through, win the championships here, winning this tournament this weekend.
I think they might have wrapped it up after the third match of the finals.
Yeah, I think they did.
However, it is tight with Centerville. Harrison, I think, was close for second.
A little bit of blood time. They call blood time over. Getting ready to come back to the center.
Cottrell plays football as well. He's a running back for Princeton.
I bet he's quick as a cat. Look at those thighs.
He's still bleeding out there.
Still
They're just
bleeding, yep. Looking at Holden's bio, he'd love to go to Ohio State, and he wants to be a dentist.
A lot of work there, too. Doing a little blood work on Cottrell.
Important to get that blood stopped.
They have 5 minutes of cumulative time per match to control the bleeding, which I don't know that I've ever seen a guy disqualified for blood.
We're back at it. Hopefully that blood stops and we can get rolling here. And on that single again.
Hahn gets a defensive posture with a whizzer, deep whizzer. Squares off. Cottrell comes around trying to lock up the hips. He needs to elevate those hips and come between. Hahn wrapped deep in the crotch. Not letting him advance at all. This is most likely going to roll to a stalemate.
Got about 8 seconds left, called a stalemate there.
Neither wrestler given an inch here in the first period, 0-0.
Someone's going to go down. Holden's going to go down, try to escape or get a reversal, score those first points, which are important.
up and out quickly.
Escaping about 2 seconds there.
Starting the second period with 1 point and the lead for LaSalle.
In on that.
Cottrell in again on a deep double leg, single leg. Wraps up the leg, no points awarded. Hun working around. There's some spaghetti wrestling, and LaSalle comes up on top with 2 points for a takedown. A little stop in the action for some blood. Just probably have to reset the bandages that came out.
Here's a replay on this.
So generally the guy with the hips up will win this scramble, or his head up. Get the high head, high hips. LaSalle comes out on top.
Yep.
So much of wrestling these days is the scramble.
Yep, sure is.
You know, back in my day, we'd shoot a double leg and the sprawl. Now they shoot a double leg and the guy dives at him.
Yeah, I think Ben Askren kind of put that on the map, you know, and everyone was doing it at a young age.
It adds to the excitement of the wrestling for sure.
Sure does. And I tell kids, if you're not good at it, don't do it. If you're good at it, do it. But some kids try to do it and just don't get the knack for it and end up losing matches.
Hun wraps him up tight to start the period. Riding the hips solidly. Cottrell builds to a base and tries to come to his feet. I'd like to see Hun come off the hips a little bit. Maybe he's working the legs, I believe, on the other side. Yeah, he's just kind of hanging on there. I think you might see a stall call come up here soon. And there it is.
You called it right there. So a wrestler in this case has a decision to make. Do I cut him so I don't get called stalling again? Or do I just continue to ride and ride better, you know?
Well, if he doesn't ride better, it's better to give up that point as an escape.
That's right. But he's going to continue riding and saying, hey, I'm going to come out to the side so I don't get called for stalling. And
maybe he's going to work some moves this time. Although he is off the hips, he's technically not working. Now the bottom man's stalling, clamming up down below.
Got about 5 seconds left in this period.
An excellent 2 periods of wrestling with a score 3-0. Both wrestlers with a stall call. And Princeton, with choice, decides to start on their feet.
Princeton's got to get some takedowns going here to get back in this match. That same single,
yes,
he's got to finish this time.
He's deep in, and LaSalle locks to the crotch. Lifts up, and his hips on top. He's going to get 2.
There we go again. And that can become deflating for a wrestler. You know, I'm doing my best takedown, and he gets the points.
Yep. So many times, wrestlers, the first 2 periods, so many times they come out and it seems like neither one wants to break or give an inch, but then here you can see that replay. He locks to the crotch. Again, hips high usually wins. Hips and head. He steps over, covers the leg, and there's 2.
Yep, good stuff.
Back to my previous point, the wrestlers, you know, they wrestle out. One guy gets deflated, like you mentioned, and he kind of breaks mentally. He stops wrestling.
Yep.
And it becomes obvious. That's not what's happening here. Let's hope.
He's got 1:25 to get out. Again, get on his feet, try to escape, but Hun's been a tough rider on top here. most of this match.
Both wrestlers with a stall call. 5-0.
These guys both being Division I in Cincinnati, they'll see each other probably a bunch more. So
Yep.
Prince is going to have to figure out, hey, how can I beat my opponent, beat this guy to be district champ? Or
And he had some very deep shots. He just needs to do a little homework, maybe some tapes, study the films a little bit, and figure out a way to come out on top.
Yep.
Definitely for districts, they'll be together at Fairmont. Stall call, 1 point for Green. And they're out of bounds.
And of course, LaSalle's goal is, hey, I took second in the state last year. I got to win it this year, right?
Yep.
Or it's disappointing. So I took second, can't take lower than second. I got to at least win it. So I know he's on a mission to win a state title this year.
100%. You know, that's a hard pill to swallow, getting so close and then losing in the finals. You got to carry that with you all year. It's definitely a motivational training thing that these guys work all year long to improve themselves.
Yep. Yep.
Trell's underneath the leg. He's trying to come out, but I think Hun's just going to be a little too tight, a little too strong for him today.
Yep, got about 5 seconds here. He's probably just going to look to hang here. And
so at 138, Hun is your LaSalle champion.
win that match.
A sophomore again.
A lot of respect there. These guys know each other. Little pat on the back.
And with that, we come to the premier match of the day, the final match of the day. Jacob Costello from Middletown.
And we got Wyatt Brock from Harrison.
He's a sophomore, 14-0 from Harrison.
And Jacob, a senior, 14-0 as well. State qualifier last year, didn't place.
Both of them are state qualifiers for
Both
sure.
state qualifiers. Of course, I know Jacob, he comes up to every open practice I've had this summer, and still coming up on Tuesdays, live wrestling, right?
You got a lot of girls in your room working out with you.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
I like to see the addition of the state championship for the women held together consecutively or coinciding with the boys this year in Columbus.
Yep, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Harrison with a deep single trying to lock up a cradle. Throws the boot in from the other side, which falls out. He has the cradle, but he does not have two yet. He needs to push him over to his hip to gain control. And there it is. The official signals two as they go out of bounds. He's conferring.
We're going to talk it over here.
I'm not sure that was two. And I'm not even sure, I'm not sure the official thought it was two either, but he did throw the two up. I think Chaz Deshay, his assistant.
Showing on the replay here.
So he needs to power him over to his hip, rolling his back and bringing him over. We didn't see the finish there. Let's see what happens here. He rolls his back. He still doesn't have control. When he goes to cover, he releases the move and the whizzer goes in. He never covers the hips there. He only has one leg. If he had both legs, that would be two.
I would say no two if I'm looking at it.
I would agree. And the official has given two, and Middletown is asking for some clarification. As Jeremiah, the official, is explaining his point and what he was seeing.
We're going to show it again here.
Again, watch him as he rolls his back. He rolls his back. He doesn't cover the hips. He needs to come up and cover the hips. He loses the cradle. And as he springs forward, he loses the hips. So he never has control here. And here, had he had both feet in the match, which he does, and both legs, he would have been 2. See how. But the score remains. The points are given, and Harrison's now on top. Potentially dangerous stop. Middletown down.
They get back points there too. It's showing 4.
It says 4-0. I didn't see him signal back, and I did. It must be. He get 4 back. Yeah, he gave 2 and 2.
Gave 2 back there.
He gave 2 and 2.
You're crazy. Come on, ref.
Quick stall call. Called on Middletown. And again, coach is asking for a little clarification. I know exactly what his athlete's doing incorrectly.
Okay, Jacob's gonna have to get out of there, right? It's 4-0. He got called for stalling, so hey, he's got to shake it off.
Keep working.
Keep working.
Capable of coming back. 4 is a few points away. We've seen that a couple times tonight. 4 points is not insurmountable.
Nope.
Especially with these talented wrestlers.
Jacob gets to his feet.
Referee stops it.
Potentially dangerous.
The right call now. If he continues to go to that and standing up, that would be stalling as well.
There we go.
There's 1 point escape,
Making
and the
that
refs go to work.
4-1.
Some aggressive clubbing. No control yet.
No control yet.
No control. Looks like there was blood on somebody. They're stopping for blood time.
Yeah, we may get a replay
on
this.
Replay on
There
that.
we go.
We'll see. You can see the pause. He checks him for a second, but not long enough to get control. Goes into his back. Now he has an opportunity to continue the move. He continues his momentum and pushes forward. No control. So that's a good hold for the official. And they stop it there for blood. Pause for blood.
They're banging out there, right? Jacob needs again, just what we talked about.
Struggling.
Yeah.
So
stop that blood time.
Often in these highly competitive matches, there's a lot of stoppage for clarification to make sure the right athlete gets the right points. The Middletown coach is continuing to question some of the calls here. Did he get 2 there? Did he award 2 points on that?
They gave it 2.
He did give 2.
They give 2. I think that's what the coaches are talking about. Should have been 2.
Listen, I'm not out there. I think the replay shows what we think we see, but again, he's out there. We don't know what he's concentrating on, what he focuses on, and what his criteria is. Clearly, he believes it's 2 points, and that's where we stand.
Again, Middletown needs to get out of there and get on his feet. Start scoring some points. Harrison's going to continue to keep the pressure on him.
Jacob looks highly motivated.
Being around the kid, he's hungry, you know. He wants to win every match, and obviously both these guys haven't lost this year. They're both 14-0, and they haven't taken a loss yet this year, so.
1 point awarded for lost control. And the Harrison coach wants a little clarification.
Maybe we can show that replay again. Was that an escape? They're going to work on showing that.
So you see Harrison in main control here. Middletown stands up.
Don't know if that was loss of control.
Yeah, I think that's questionable. Again,
there's still contact, right?
There's contact, and he comes up with the front headlock. So Green is still in control, in my opinion, when you have the headlock.
Yeah. They kept it, so it's 6-2.
Yep.
Another escape, making that 6-3.
And it's time to go to work for Middletown. Wrestlers working on the edge.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
Nope. Safety first. 3-6. Second period, 1:30 left. And this is a good match. The premier match for the evening. Purposely didn't last.
Nice.
A little throw by, and that is. So the Middletown coach wants a clarification to see what's going on here.
Clarification whether his feet were
Called
in.
him out. And he does award the 2 after conferring with
they
his.
Give 2. They give it 2
after conferring with his assistant.
We're showing it here on the
clearly
replay.
Is 2. You can see both feet end in the mat, inbounds in the circle, and he's covering Harrison's hips. He has him in a reverse half. That's 2.
Good job. Good.
Oh, when he rolls through, and there is no control. Still no control. And a spaghetti scramble. 5-7.
Good scramble.
Nice scramble, and they roll out of bounds.
Nice,
That is
nice
some
job.
aggressive wrestling.
Reason why both these guys are 14-0.
100%.
Awesome wrestling.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Thank you. Harrison in deep on a low single. Middletown with a deep whizzer. Stop in the action. Again, they roll off to the side of the mat. Jacob coming around. One leg.
Keep wrestling.
Yes, they got to wrestle on the edge. You got to wrestle on the edge. Back to the center.
Score 7-5 with about 30 seconds left here. Second period.
Middletown comes behind. And he's awarded 2 points. And there is 2.
There is 2.
Score is 7-7. That 2 might have come a little early.
Yep.
But he did finally finish it. So turns out to be a fine call. 7-7. With just 2 seconds left. 1 second, and that's the period. We're off to overtime.
Barn burner. I wouldn't want to be the official in this match.
We're going to have a little injury time here. 7-7. They're going to have 1 minute to settle this in sudden victory.
Injury time here.
They want to make sure this guy. So I do know he's had a sore shoulder for some time.
A little bit of a replay here.
So he awards him 2. That's actually not 2 until the green goes down to the mat. Now still no controls exhibited. However, he does finish on top. So the 2 that was originally given right here is confirmed.
Yeah. The tough thing with calling it premature is that as a wrestler, you're changing your game plan knowing that the other guy got 2 or thinking he does. So
that's correct.
It's tough.
You don't. It's a whole different match when you're down by 2 or you're up by 2.
Yep.
7-7. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 7-7. Third period. Third period. I thought we were going into overtime. The match seems to have taken forever. And Jacob lets him up. Middletown lets him up for an escape. Harrison deep in immediately. Both wrestlers square up. And it's 8-7.
8-7 for Brock. This has been an awesome match so far. It's going to come down here to the last minute and a half.
Brock defending. Both wrestlers roll out of bounds and back to the center.
In on that double.
Castelli in on a double. A low, now it switches to the low single, tries to pick it up. Brock puts a deep whizzer in and a little scramble with the whizzer, maintaining. Castelli puts in tries to put a leg in, wraps one with no control.
Nothing yet.
Still no control. The ref did award 2 points for Green, I believe. And now they're out of bounds. 1, 2. Ref's counting back points, so he obviously called a takedown for red.
Looks like it's going to be 3 back points for Middletown.
Castelli's able to pick up 3 back points. 27 seconds left. The score is now 12-8. And it looks like Brock is going to get himself a reversal, but he can't hold on to it.
Maybe some more back here.
Yep, he's got him checked with his back. That reminds me of my sister pushing me down.
Yep.
So I think both wrestlers are contested. They're ready to figure. And a very exciting match. Very exciting match with Castelli coming out on top. He is your 144-pound champion from Middletown.
Yeah, that came down the 2 sets of three back points there.
Continually wrestling. Continually wrestling.
Good. Those guys will see each other again, both division
over and
1.
over.
Well, what an awesome event.
That was an exciting event. Closing up shop here in Middletown for the Coaches Classic. That wraps it for the 2022-23 season. I'm Kyle Grillio.
Don Jones. We'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll see you at the district tournament.